I think two brothers who are really good at sharing. Super Mario Brothers, in fact, and now become the focal point. This morning, we join Gareth Woods and Solo in Johannesburg as they review the latest Super Mario Brothers game, Luigi's Mansion 3. So Mario and co, they get invited to a pretty swanky-looking hotel holiday, but the dream getaway soon turns into their biggest nightmare. Let's see if Solo is able to keep up on the Nintendo Switch.
You're in for some ghost-busting video game action this week as our resident gaming guru, Gareth Woods, reviews Luigi's Mansion 3. Gareth, what is Luigi's Mansion 3 all about?
Busy capturing ghosts at the moment. So it's very different to what most people have come to expect from Nintendo games. First of all, I mean, Luigi's the hero for once. I mean, normally it's Mario that takes all the glory, as we know. This time Mario's in trouble, and so is the princess and the Toads. And so Luigi has to be the hero, step up to the plate and save the day. So I mean, that's a change. Signal, it's a bit of a mix between like a puzzle adventure game. So it's got the typical, as you expect from Nintendo, kind of adventure platform type game, but at the same time it's very much a puzzle game. You're solving puzzles, you've been given this kind of arsenal of tips, like kind of tricks from this nutty inventor, and you go about using them to try and solve all the problems. As we see on screen, as I'll show you now, Luigi's kind of running around and he's got all these different abilities to try and kind of solve problems, and you mix them all together to kind of save the day.
And take us a little bit more through the gameplay.
Yeah, so the gameplay itself, as you see on screen, you've got all these abilities. So one, you've got your flashlight, which you can use to shine like that to spook ghosts, which stuns them. You at the same time can use like a vacuum cleaner to suck them up if you find any. Got a blow function, so I can push things away. Let's go here to check out one of these other rooms. It's also got this function where I can scan for ghostly guys if I any around. As you watch the mechanics here, so I can suck up some of the sand, or I can push the sand around. And all those mechanics work really well together to try and solve different problems. Sometimes you're using, like for example, you've got this one where you fire like this plunger, and you can use that, you suck it up to solve different problems. So yeah, you use all those little different tricks and tips in your arsenal to solve problems, and it really, really is a type of game where you'll play multiple times to try and work out how to solve each solution.
And who is it for?
Yeah, so if you're a Nintendo fan, then this is a no-brainer. This is probably one of the better Nintendo games that have been out this year, and that's saying a lot because there really have been some good ones. Probably my favorite Nintendo game since Mario Odyssey, which took so many awards. Really has been one of the best games of this generation. So it's really, really high up there. And also, if you're a player too, a younger brother, you might identify with Luigi. Finally, your chance to get the limelight. And if you're a puzzle adventure game fan, you'll really, really enjoy it. It's got a lot of puzzles that are quite easy at first, and some of them take a bit of time. A lot of them you're like really scratching your head, and then when you try something different and you work it out, it's such a feeling of kind of reward when you manage to solve those problems.
So there's some puzzle solving in there, there's some adventure, and it seems pretty easy enough. So what's your verdict?
Yes, it's easy enough to pick up. The controls are very intuitive. It's difficult to master. It will take you a while, which generally is the hallmark of a great game. And with that being said, I would probably give it about 8.5 out of 10. Really, really great game. If you're a fan of the Mario series, Luigi, Halloween-themed games. So I highly recommend it for anyone who's looking just for a great Nintendo game, and hey, where Luigi gets to be the hero for once.
Awesome. As you've heard, Gareth is raving about it. Christmas is around the corner. If you're looking for some puzzle solving with a bit of adventure, Luigi's Mansion 3 is definitely the go-to game.